This is the Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And what else are they talking about? I'm your host, Maxwell Cerise here.
And I'm your host, who's a white guy that wouldn't get caught in the forest at night, Dave Spades.
This episode starts our folklore scary monster bracket. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo.
So, we're going to do a bracket.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually done... We've done brackets on Instagram, but I don't think we've ever done brackets.
No, I don't think we've actually done one on the show before, no.
I'm excited. It's going to be a good one.
I'm pumped.
It's Scariest Monsters. So it's not... This is a little explanation for everyone who's listening. If you're watching, you can look at our awesome new Halloween setup.
Yes. I'm really hoping to have videos out this week.
I think this is the main one you should work on.
Well, I'll get the other two done, but I'll get multiple done tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, but this was like the coolest looking one.
Yes, this is the coolest looking one. This is the one we need a visualization for.
Yeah, but it's not like horror movies. It's more like folklore creatures.
Yeah.
And I specifically went with things that kind of go bump in the night. Because there's like folklore gods that are like gods of death, and they're like real intense. And that's like not... Yeah, obviously, there's one called, like, La Mishita or something. It's this, like, jackal-headed woman with, like, skull, like a bra that's made of, like, skulls, and she's pregnant, and she has a...
Very South American.
It's Mesopotamian.
Something right.
And it's very intense, very scary, but it's like a god. Some mother of demons.
Yeah,
none of that. So it's more like goes bump in the night, creepy thing.
Yeah, we're really talking about like stuff you could find on Supernatural. Although I guess you could find gods there too. Early Supernatural.
Yeah.
You know.
So and it's randomized seating because we didn't have anyone vote ahead of time. So how the seating is, and there's folklore creatures that are probably scarier that we missed, but we're just gonna stick with these ones. Yeah. We got 16 of them. Also, couldn't find the pronunciation for a lot of these. So,
oh boy. And
a lot of them are from around the world. So bear with me, guys. You know how I work on pronunciation.
Oh, we're going for a treat.
Yep. Especially So I got a slideshow if you're watching from back here. So to Davis and me can look at pictures, and I'll be reading descriptions of each of the folklore creatures.
Yes.
So if you're interested and also learning about folklore creatures, I have some information on them.
Yeah, be fun.
Yeah, and not a sponsored podcast, but if you want to know more, go to Myths and Legends. That's a great podcast.
Oh, that one is. They are pretty solid. Yeah, they've actually been firing across my feed lately. I gotta listen to them again. Because they've had like a bunch of content come out that's like really good. And they changed up their whole logo.
Oh, really?
Nice. I think they expanded. I don't know a while, but it's because I've had a million audiobooks to get through. But I think they expanded like their whole platform a bit. So I'll see if I can check it out.
All right, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We got 16 creatures to go through. So we are going to start. So pretty much what we're going to decide is which one is scarier.
Got a full-on slideshow here. Holy shit!
I got a slideshow here, man. All right. So the two creatures, the number one seed is the Puntinox.
Yeah.
Or up against the 16th seed, the Gasha Dokoro. So the Puntinox are evil creatures that are depicted as women with long black hair, red eyes, and pale skin. They are said to usually wear a white dress smeared with blood. According to folklore, the Pontiac, announces her presence through a sound similar to a high-pitched cry of a baby. She kills her victims by digging into their stomach using her sharp, long fingernails and eating their organs. Also, if you have your eyes open when she is near, it is said she will suck them out. Locates her victims by sniffing out hanging laundry. So she's Mayan. Not Malaysia, I think it was. So they don't even like hang laundry outside still because this is such a folklore thing. Overnight, they won't. Davis is all by the way, hearing descriptions of these things for the first time. So I really hope you go watch the video.
Fuck. I'll be shit I know too. It's like, what the hell is this? Is it just they just make this so that people wouldn't so people would do their chores and take the laundry at night? Is that what it is?
Pretty creepy picture too.
Yeah, it's messed up.
And then there's the Japanese Gasha Dokoro. It is a spirit that takes the form of a giant skeleton made of skulls of people who died in the battlefield. It is 32 or more feet tall. That's 10 meters. Only the eyes protrude, and some sources describe them as burning yellow or burning green. It wanders around 2 a.m. and attacks and eats humans when it sees them. When they approach it, they said it makes a clattering sound with teeth that are like gotcha, gotcha. Huh. They can be stealthy. So we're deciding which one's scarier. I already know this because I put together a slideshow. I have all my opinions set up ready for this. And I actually love this because Davis has not seen this. So this is going to be really a lot of fun, I think, for everyone. Especially because like as some of these descriptions are fucked up.
Yeah, that one's it's fucking messed up. It's messed up as hell.
Which one do you think is scarier? I already know which one.
Personally, the crazy Malaysian woman.
Oh my god!
Who will fucking suck out your eyes? At least the giant Japanese skeleton will kill me. And like, I won't even hear it coming. This thing, I'm not gonna see coming. It's gonna rip out my. It sounds like a painful, slow death for that one. So
one of the things that gets me for it is that it announces her presence through a sound similar to a high pitched cry of a baby. Nice,
awesome.
There's nothing like being in the dark and hearing that.
Yeah, awesome. So we're nailing it all. We got eats you. Is a woman.
That is a thing. That's a thing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And you'll see a lot of these folklore. There are a lot of them are women creatures.
A lot of them are the more imaginative, nerdy guys back then. Also scared of women too. So
yeah. I will say that's one of the reasons it's called. How do you think you pronounce that?
Oh, let's see here.
Pontianox. Once again, come at me for pronunciations. If you're a long fan of the show, you know I fucking suck at them.
Pontianox, yeah.
Yeah, Pontianox.
I think you're close enough.
I think one of the reasons I think it's scarier, one, the picture I have is a million times scarier. You'll see that I am big on if it's in the, like, coming at me from in the dark in the woods, that's going to get me almost every time. The skeleton obviously would be horrifying if I saw a 32-foot tall skeleton.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying. I 100% agree with that. However, I feel like it's going to kill me pretty fast.
Yeah, it's right there. It says like it's stealthy and it kills you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, also disclaimer, we're imagining all these things are real. None of them are fake. And we are putting in the worst case scenario ourselves with them.
100%, yeah. So, like any white guy in a movie, just go in there and do dumb shit,
Yes.
You're in the forest at night, and so you're in some, like, whatever, the Japanese suicide forest at night.
Yeah.
That's not a good spot to be. I don't know why you're there. That's just asking for trouble. And so stuff like that.
And if a giant skeleton came at me in that location, I was like, oh, no. But then if this one, I heard a baby, if I just heard a high-pitched baby cry in the woods, I'd be like, and then also... There's multiple pictures of this. You want to look it up online. If you want to follow along with us, like, look these things up online. She's got long fucking nails. Yeah. So, all right, that's moving on. That's number one seed. I actually randomized. All the seeds are randomized.
Nice. Okay.
So I thought that was pretty good. Let's go to we got number 8 versus number 9. Number 8 seed is the Churel. How do you think you say that? Churel is the ghost of a woman who died in childbirth due to her relatives or in-laws' negligence. She disguised herself as a young, beautiful woman to lure, thank you, young men. However, her real form is hideous and terrifying. She is said to drain her victims of their blood, semen, and vitality, which transforms them into old, frail men. Often, her feet are backwards for some reason, and she also is said to have a long and thick black tongue.
What the fuck?
That is against...
What are backwards feet?
I don't know. It's really fucked up. That is against number 9, which is a popular one everyone knows, is skinwalkers. In the Navajo culture, the skinwalker is a witch who has the ability to transform into any animal. According to legend, recognizing a skinwalker or even talking about skinwalkers in general makes the skinwalker come for you. They can mimic human voices.
Yeah, for my opinion on this one, I know getting your vitality sucked out probably sounds really bad, but, yeah, the skinwalker thing has always freaked me out. They've always freaked me out. Like the idea of them.
Oh god.
And the fact just talking about them is like something that draws them out. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. So
I can't even teach you to be scared about them if I gotta talk about them. Like I'm gonna fall on this sword. It's like, guys, I gotta give you one last lesson before I get eaten. And it's about skinwalkers. So your timer's up right now. Timer's up. I'm gonna tell you fast and I get out of here. It's like, how do you even do that?
Yeah, I agree. Skinwalkers are always terrifying. They were super popular for a really long time, like used in a terrifying way. The picture I have is super fucked up. I don't like that picture.
I hate it. It's awful.
Yeah.
I hated it in Supernatural too. I hated them in Supernatural because they were the grossest creatures.
Yeah.
Because they literally tore skin off to transform. It's like, why?
Yeah,
I know you didn't have good CGI back then, but why?
It's the Churel thing is like kind of like a succubus, but turns gross when it's totally. I'm assuming it's fucking you, because it takes your semen.
Yeah, so I mean, there was worse ways to go.
Yeah, the backwards feet, pretty gross.
That's awful. That's pretty, yeah.
But I've seen videos online.
I'm not a foot guy, so it doesn't matter.
Once again, we're imagining all these creatures are real. So I've seen videos online of like people like just randomly in the woods by themselves or with somebody, and they hear like a "Hey," and it's like a human voice, but it's not perfect. And I'm like,
Why are you there? Why are you there?
Yeah.
Why are you there?
Okay, so Skinwalker, moving on.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about them.
Are you marking these down?
Yeah, I know them.
Okay.
All right. We're on this 4 seed and 13 seed. This is one I really like going against each other. The number 4 seed is Black Anus, no, I'm just kidding. It's a Nis, is a boogeyman figure in English folklore. She is imagined as a blue-faced hag or witch with iron claws and taste for human flesh, especially children. She is said to venture out at night looking for unsuspecting children, then tanning their skins by hanging them on a tree before wearing them around her waist. She is against, which this was randomized, so I loved it. She is against Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is a supernatural being, or one of a trio of sisters with the same name, who appears as a deformed and or ferocious-looking woman. Baba Yaga usually flies around in a mortar, wields a pestle, and dwells deep in the forest in a hut that's on chicken legs. Baba Yaga may help or hinder those who encounter or seek her out. May play a maternal role.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't care. I don't care. Just your opinion doesn't gonna sway me. Regardless, my choice in this one, pretty easy. It's Black Annis.
Right.
Baba Yaga, I've heard a lot of her. Like, maybe it's partial bias. I've heard a lot. Like, I grew up on her stories. Not like I'm not Russian, but in school she's popular one to teach around Halloween time for certain kids, and myths and legends talked about her and all this stuff. And so I've heard, and she was in Hellboy movies, and I've heard the Baba Yaga story multiple times. And she doesn't always, kill you. Sometimes she's helpful, like it said. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes she's not like the smartest person. And also, I think there's one story where like all the girl had to do is say that she was like blessed. And Baba Yaga was like, oh, no one who is blessed by God can be in this house. Not even like fact checking it, just like the girl said she was blessed. And it's like, get out of here, get out of here. She's not double sourced it at all. Baba Yaga just like, oh, I believe you. Get out. So she's not the smartest person on the planet. Mm-hmm. Or thing on the planet, I guess. Watches in my nightmares now. I end up there. Black Annis, I've heard that name before, but I never knew what it was. That is awful. It tans children, hides and wears them. So your kid goes.
It's got iron claws.
So your kid goes missing, and then someday you see this monster, and it's got like the face of your kid tanned on its belt. There, it's like, what
this picture is also awesome.
Oh, it's awesome. Both are great artworks there.
Yeah.
Send me this when I do the. It's gonna take me 2 hours, but when I do the video,
I'll send you the slideshow.
Yeah, I'll put the pictures in.
I 100% agree with you. One, I didn't want to actually originally put Baba Yaga on the list, but I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of scary creatures out there, guys. A lot of creepy stuff, but some of them, I was looking for more bump in the night kind of things. And a lot of them, like Japanese has a lot of them that are like these big, like serpent monsters that are in the water. I'm like, yeah, that's really, it's like a hydras. And I'm like, yeah, that would be absolutely terrifying, but this is like going on too far. Like, I want it could come around a corner.
Yeah.
And,
or something in the woods.
Black Agnes or there's multiple different names for it, but definitely was used to tell children not to go in the woods by themselves. That's definitely what it was for. But actually, she's terrifying. She's actually evil. Baba Yaga, as you're saying, like there's so much on Baba Yaga that like
also like
sometimes Baba Yaga's good.
Yeah. Also like she rides around in a freaking cauldron. Yeah. Like somehow that's less scary than a broom for a regular witch, and that's not even scary to begin with. So like.
A house on chicken legs.
Can you imagine an old lady just like flying at you in a cauldron? Yeah. It's like, I don't really feel that scared right now.
And a house on chicken legs is just kind of goony.
Yeah, it is. Yes, yeah.
I love Baba Yaga. The stories are great, but it's just more fun.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Probably was actually really scary if you were a child in 18th century Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh my God, it's dark out. We can't do anything.
Yeah.
There's actual monsters out. There's wolves out there. Speaking of which, what the fuck?
All right. Once again, randomizing it worked out against each other. This one's going to be another easy one, guys. The first 16 are going to be easy. I can tell you, like right now, a lot of them are easy. All right. We got the Black Dog, which is a supernatural, number 5th seed, supernatural, spectral, or demonic hellhound originated from English folklore. It is usually unnaturally large with glowing red or yellow eyes, is often connected with the devil, and is sometimes an omen of death. It is sometimes associated with electric storms, and also crossroads, classic, barrows, places of execution, and ancient pathways.
Neat.
This one's already going to win, because the next one's just... I made it on the list because I thought it was kind of funny. And it shouldn't be the 12th seed, that's too thing. The loup-garou, or rouge-garous, is a French-speaking culture's werewolf. Similar to the werewolf, the rouge-garou has the head of a wolf and the body of a human. According to the legend, the rouge-garou kills Catholics who do not practice Lent, as prescribed by the religion. It is even said that if one breaks Lent 7 years in a row, he or she may turn into one. It can also make people werewolves the classic way that people make werewolves.
Got it. I'm going to give it to the embodiment of death.
Also, another great picture, right?
Oh, great, awesome pictures. I wonder with the black dog there. I wonder if that's where it's very similar to Harry Potter Book 3, where like they called Scariest, like when he was in his dog form and he was like a monster and everything. Like everyone was calling him like the Grim, and like I wonder if that's where Rowling got the idea from, like that.
Probably.
He's a black shaggy dog that has yellow eyes.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Still terrible werewolf, but maybe.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, he's not a werewolf. Serious.
Sorry.
You know, Sirius like goes around as a black dog constantly.
Yeah.
And like
Sirius,
everyone's like,
I'm sorry, I was thinking
Lupin.
Lupin, yeah.
Yeah, terrible werewolf, agree. But yeah, the black dog thing was cool. Yeah, that's definitely gonna win. Just for me, like it's my religion. So like when people are always like, whenever there's like an old timey like, ooh, and bad, if Catholics do bad things, they'll get attacked by monsters. It's like, what propaganda is this nonsense?
Oh, it's absolutely propaganda.
What is this idiocy?
It's actually Louisianan.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because it's like French speaking.
Yeah, it's Louisiana.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I agree with you too. I didn't put any demons on the list, like specific. I shouldn't do demons. A lot of people want to put jinn on, just because they're like Islamic demons. I didn't put them on either.
Yeah, because like I don't know, I feel it's a little rude to the religion.
It is rude. It's rude to religion, and also like, I mean, I don't know.
Because we're calling them folk monsters then.
Yeah, and also like that was another reason why I didn't put like gods. It's like you can have demons on here. You could technically have demons on here, but it's like I'm not putting Satan on here. Yeah, obviously that's gonna win.
Yeah,
like,
that's the evilest.
Yeah. So Jin was originally actually the C12. And then I had to figure out a new one, and I found this thing, and this thing is dumb as stupid.
Yeah, this bootleg werewolf, like
it's so stupid, dude. If you don't do Lent 7 years in a row, you become a French-speaking werewolf. That sucks.
Yeah, it also seems like a pretty like, I don't know. It's a lot of leeway there. Like 7 years.
Yeah, I know. That's
7
really
years, and it was like I can just I think I can do Lent once.
Also, the fact that if you don't do Lent or break Lent, it kills you. Calm down, relax out here.
French speakers.
The other thing too is I added he or she. It's written a long time ago, not a long time ago. It was in Louisiana, but it was clearly Catholics because this only affects men.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Yeah, that makes total sense.
All right, so the black dog moves on. All right. We got the number 2 seed versus the number 15 seed. Number 2 seed is the Wendigo. The word Wendigo is a Cree Indian word that means evil that devours. Wendigos were once human who had to resort to cannibalism. Eating human flesh supposedly gives supernatural powers and also makes them insatiable. They transform into monsters and lose traces of being human. Wendigos haunt humans, but they don't kill them right away. Often they hoard human victims and keep them alive to save for a rainy day. And it's against the number 15 seed, the Myling. The Myling is said to be the soul of an unbaptized child. Mylings attack lone wanderers at night, jump on their backs, and demand they be taken to a graveyard. However, the Myling grows bigger and heavier as they near the graveyard, causing some victims to sink into the soil. If the victim is not able to make it to the graveyard, the Myling kills them. The Myling wants to be buried properly.
What do you think of this one?
Actually, I thought this one was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I do agree.
Even though it's a 2C, 15C. Wendigos are very popular. Once again, everyone knows them. The Myling, I just found out what that was today. That sounds awful.
Yes. I'm pretty sure in The Witcher you fight one of them, and it's as bad as you think it is.
Yeah, it sounds awful. And once again, we're putting ourselves in these situations. I'm probably going to go with the Wendigo just because it's popular and it's number 2 seed. I'm fine with that. But I'll just go with whatever you want to go on this one. But the Myling, the one reason I do think is also we're putting ourselves in these situations.
Yeah.
I'm in the woods alone. Yeah. I'm already fucked.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden this little dead child comes out and goes, take me to a graveyard, jumps on my back. I'd be like, oh. Yeah. And then like you get there and it gets heavier and heavier. And if you don't make it, you die. You can make it and you can bury it and you can live. But
I guess it's fair.
That is fair. But that somehow makes it worse.
I guess so. Yeah, there's a way out there.
That you know there's a way out, and you're probably not going to make it. Maybe us because we work out. Maybe.
But
the Wendigos are also.
I'm really torn because the Wendigos keep you alive.
Yeah,
that's always a big factor for me. It's like, can't it just be a quick death?
Yeah, and Wendigos also make elk noises.
Oh, I hate that.
And they move super fast.
I really hate that. I'm gonna give it to the Wendigo on this one. The Meyerling, however you say it, is I've heard of those before. They've been scary to me since The Witcher. Terrible idea. But the Wendigo, it hunts you. Mm-hmm. Anything that hunts a human. Like Myling is just, it seems like it's more just like a passive evil. Well, or the Wendigo is like, I like people. To eat them.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm gonna go to the Wendigo on this one.
I agree with that. Number 2 seed.
Creatures.
I think you got the number 2 seed for a good reason.
Yeah.
All right. This is a real thing. I don't know if you knew this. Number 7 seed, number 10 seed. Okay, number 7. This is a tough word, guys. Give me a chance on this one. It's a Penagalan. How are you gonna say it? Penagalan. Penagalan is a nocturnal vampiric entity from Malaysia. Ghost myths. It takes the form of a floating, disembodied woman's head, with its organs and entrails trailing from its neck. Victims are traditionally pregnant women and young children. This creature are mortal women who practice black magic. To become one, a woman must meditate during a ritual bath in vinegar.
I think these things were in Dungeon Crawler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're in Dungeon Crawler.
They're in the book, book 2, book 3, something like that. They're on the 3rd floor with the when he kicks the elf in the nuts so hard he kills him.
Yeah, that's what I said. Did you know these are a real thing?
That's awesome. That's so cool. Penagalan.
Okay, and then it's up against number 10, La Llorona. The crying woman was otherwise known as the crying woman, was a beautiful woman named Maria, who drowns her children in a river when her husband left her for another woman. Then she drowned herself. La Llorona is said to be caught between living world and the spirit world she's not permitted to enter the afterlife. I wrote this too. Until she finds her drowned children. Can be found near bodies of water with the sound of weeping.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me.
Because
La Llorona is terrifying. All the stories about her are terrifying.
I don't know any stories about her. It's the first time I heard about her.
There's a few different variations. She's a Mexican, South American. I don't know the exact culture. I'm pretty sure it's Mexican.
It's Mexican.
Mexican folklore tale. It's really shitty, actually, too. Like how she got pregnant by some nobleman, and then he pretty much ditched her. And there's tales where she drowned her kids, or her kids just drowned. But pretty much every time she's by the river and is as the ghost, and she can kill, and it's fucked up. It's so fucked up. Penagalan, I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it to La Llorona just because she is more eerie in general, and that's sort of her whole shtick is sort of you can't really get away from her. Or maybe you run away fast enough, but La Llorona is just terrifying, I think. So
I'm done with that. I can understand why the Penagalan or whatever thing is. If I was in that situation, why it would be absolutely terrifying. But once again, I have a feeling if I saw it, it would be heavily terrifying and disgusting, but it wouldn't cause me dread.
Yeah.
And dread is what scares me more than anything.
La Llorona will give you dread.
Yeah. All right, cool. That might be the first upset. Let's go.
Yeah, all right, let's go. Nice,
right.
nice.
All right. Number 14 seed against the number 3 seed. Number 14 seed is lake monsters.
Okay.
I just didn't feel like writing a description for them. We'll get in more detail on those in a second. But number 3 seed is the aswang. It is one of the most prolific monsters in the Filipino culture. Usually a female, the aswang has the ability to transform into any other creature. Though they can prey on anyone, they prefer pregnant women again, and their unborn fetuses. A winged variation of the aswang, the managala, whatever, has the ability to rip off half of her body, grow wings. She perches on the roof, makes a hole directly above the sleeping pregnant woman, and takes out her long proboscis-like tongue. Her tongue goes through the hole and into the woman's stomach. And that's against the number 14 seed, lake monsters. I put lake monsters on here because I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
I hate the idea of them.
Yep.
Oh, I've been on Lake Champlain. If I got dropped in the water by myself, and oh god, I'd hate that. And there's so many lake monsters, so I can't pick a specific one.
Yeah.
But we all know what they are. They're pretty much dinosaur-like creatures that are in massive bodies of fresh water.
Yes. Terrifying, absolutely bad. I mean,
but this thing is awful.
This thing is awful. This thing is so fucking. It eats babies. It literally eats babies. This is tough because the idea of the lake monster, anything with water, is always the most terrifying thing for me because it is just the embodiment of dread.
Yeah. The only issue I have is that last one seems incredibly terrifying. It's really gross to look at. If you ever look at it, it's half ripped body form. It's like a vampire or a snake form. Yeah. It's disgusting and everything. But there's one thing: I'm not a pregnant woman.
Yeah, that's true. It's
absolutely terrifying. But I could have a wife and she can get pregnant.
Have you ever watched the show Grimm? There's an episode with these things in it, and while this image is not, it is Well, the image in the show isn't as terrifying as this image.
Oh, yeah,
it's
this is a pretty fucked up one, right?
But the one they do is still pretty fucking bad.
Oh, really?
So, if you ever want to check out the show Grimm's pretty good, and they do an episode on this, and it's just as fucked up as you think it'd be.
Yeah. So I think this one's really, really tough.
It's a hard one. I'm gonna give it to Lake Monsters personally, just because that is. In my personal experience, that is what would cause me. I think I'd just rather have the damn thing eat me than I have to like have it like when it circles and then it's always like, oh, something touched me, just like kill me. Just kill me.
My fear is like you fall off a boat, right, and you get stuck, and it's like that time of work when the sun's like just setting, so it's really dark, but you can still see really well, and the boat's like kind of away because they got to come back all the way around, and you just see like its head like shoot out of water from a distance, and you're like, ah! I would just drown.
Yep.
I would drown. See you later.
Yeah. I would literally start inhaling water.
Yeah, I'd be like, that's it. All right, cool. Lake Monsters, move on. All right. I think this is the last one, if I can't remember, but whatever. We got the 6th seed, the Mothman. The Mothman is a strange flying creature that has come to terrorize the people of West Virginia from November 15th, 1966. November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967. It is a large man-like figure with 10-foot wingspan whose eyes are said to glow red. On December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed. This incident paved the way for legends speculating that the Mothman warns of impending disasters. Then the Jorogomo. Yeah. Is a type of yokai, Japanese. It can shapeshift into a beautiful woman, is depicted as a spider who can manipulate small fire-breathing spiders. When a golden orb weaver, which is a spider, type of spider, golden orb weaver, reaches 400 years of age, which I don't think they can.
Kill spiders. Kill all spiders.
It develops magical powers and begins to feed on human prey instead of insects. Favorite prey is young, handsome men, so we're actually in this category for this time. They have a powerful venom that can slowly weaken a man day by day, allowing spiders to savor her victim's long and painful death. Black Maria.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Piece, yeah.
That's really cool, actually. Damn. That's tough. That's tough.
I think I decided to cut you off. I'm just gonna give one thing of this. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just watched that Mothman thing as a kid. It terrified the fuck out of me.
Mothman movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. It scared the living shit out of me.
Okay.
Like, it was so scary. That's what I'm basing this entire thing on right now. Yeah, that's tough because I hate spiders. I hate them with a burning passion.
I can't believe the small fire-breathing
that was
spiders.
like, who came up with that? What's going on? Is it Japanese?
Yeah, it's Japanese, yeah.
What's going on in Japan? It's like, hey, not only is this a man-eating spider with a human face that can turn into women and also going to suck the life out of you, but it has fire-breathing babies.
I know. Why not?
Just a little spice on top. Like, what? That thing is terrifying, and justly so, but I don't know, maybe I'm fully biased because of that movie, but I'm going to give it to Mothman, mainly because Mothman just seems more based on, I'm surprised at the dates on it. I thought it was more of a Native American thing, but regardless.
It's a West Virginia thing.
That's
actually.
wild.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's such more of an ethereal being that, like, the Mothman is just everywhere.
Yeah.
And it'll get you wherever.
I think this is a tough one.
Spider thing just killed all spiders.
What I think we need to do is, because I think this is a tough one, and I agree with you. We have a little bit of bias going on here.
This is true.
I think let's leave it up to the listeners.
Sure.
I'll pop it on Instagram and
let's do that. I like that idea. Let's see that. Yeah.
Because I agree with you. I watched that Mothman movie, which is probably a really shitty movie.
It really probably is. Like I'm thinking back now.
I'm afraid to watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Because like my little kid mind was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And I don't have parents I can run to anymore if there's if something hits the window.
Yeah. I watched that movie in broad daylight and I was still scared.
Now, if it was the Butterfly Man, Davis would 100% would be voting for this.
They're close enough. They're close enough. Close to moths, butterflies. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Ooh, one's pretty. Fuck them.
The picture I have for this one, because
or insects with wings.
I don't know if you can put these pictures up there. Maybe you can.
Why not?
They're not. I didn't get them copyrighted.
Oh, I put shit off the internet all the time.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. The one I have on here is pretty not accurate, but I thought it was a really cool picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool picture, right?
Yeah, well, it's an awesome picture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll leave it up to you guys. We're both voting Mothman.
Yes.
Just to put it out there, we are both voting Mothman, but we'll leave it up to you guys, and we'll continue the bracket because I'm pretty sure that was the last one. It was the last one.
Nice.
So I think it's going to get tougher as it goes on, 100%, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, the first one, the number one seed one with the woman with the long nails and cries like a baby. And I don't like that one. I don't like that one at all.
Yeah,
I don't like it. But
the description's insane.
I know.
She eats your eyeballs. What like an unnecessary addition to already ripping your fucking guts out.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of, like you said, dread ones. Lake monsters, that's really tough.
Yeah, that's really
La
tough.
Llorona, she's that is tough. Are you can roll your R's? Okay, you kind of rolled right there. God
guess so, yeah.
damn you! I wish I
Is that a
could
thing
do it.
people like really can't?
I can't do it.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't do it. Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, guys, it's Halloween. David's great idea on this bracket. A lot of fun.
Thanks for setting it up, man.
We'll post it up.
I just the
and
ideas, man.
I think from now on, we're gonna have you guys vote on this last one, Mothman versus Joroguma.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put up after we get the results for that, we'll do like 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
sounds good to me,
gonna post. I'm gonna put up the rest of them, and we'll use you guys as tiebreakers.
Yeah.
If me and Davis can't agree on them.
I think it will get all tough down to the nitty gritty.
I think it will too.
Yeah.
I think
so
it will
that'll be good.
too.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, happy Halloween. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.